Good morning everyone and welcome back to another episode of Rift Amps. So I'm really sorry that we haven't put a video out in the last 2 weeks. I have been flat out. I've just been cracking on with amp builds and repairs. We had a 3-day build course in last week, which they're really quite intense. There's a lot to do, so I don't really get a chance to get a lot of other stuff done. Especially filming, so I'm really sorry guys. Back to normal now though. We're going to crack on, create some good content for you and show you what we've got going on in the workshop. Right, so if you remember, I've been doing the PR35. It's a custom build. Customer doesn't want reverb or tremolo in this. He just wanted a volume, treble, middle, bass. So just a 3-band tone stack. It's nice, simple, easy build. Now, rather than downsizing it into a smaller chassis, we decided to keep the same dimensions and use a split board design. And that means I can keep the preamp section as far away from the power section as possible. As you know, the preamp's quite sensitive. This side's quite noisy, so you want to keep them over. I've also been messing around with different grounding schemes, just to see if we can improve that slightly. I'm quite happy with this build. Now, a lot of you might not know this, but when you take reverb out of these amps, they generally clean up, so they lose a lot of their gain and overdrive. Now, combine that with a lossy tone stack with a mid control, it gets even cleaner. So this is a pure clean headroom beast. Now, we've fired it up on the test bench. It's running 6L6s. Now, with the volume control all the way around at 10, the amplifier is super quiet, so very low noise floor, and it puts out exactly 35 watts, which is great. And as you dial it back, it's quite linear in the way it does that, which is good. But I'm got to ring the customer and say, actually, do you want to have a bit of overdrive in the amp? Because this thing just stays clean. The output section doesn't overdrive, the preamp section doesn't overdrive. It's just clean, 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 which is initially what he asked for, but actually he might want just a bit of grind in there, especially at the higher settings. So I've actually got a spare triode on V2, so it's only 3 or 4 components. We could put in another gain stage just so he's got a bit more on tap, you know, as Nigel Tufnell said, you know, we just want a bit more, and they go to 11. So yeah, I'm going to speak to him about that, see what he wants to do. And then I will update you guys. So, prototype. This is something that I was asked to build by somebody all the way back 2019, where I built the prototype and we didn't really take it any further. And it's for a style of amplifier that we've not done before, so it's kind of new territory for us. Anyway, so we built that prototype and then it went back on the shelf during COVID and we didn't do anything with it. Now, I haven't launched a new amp in quite a while. The last one we launched was the, I think it's probably the Ainsley Lister Signature, or was it the Black Hawk? Memory's terrible. We've done a couple of pedals since. Anyway, it's about time we started looking at a new amplifier for our lineup. So in the last couple of days I've been working on this. Can't tell you what it is, other than it's 100 watts and it's a clean overdrive American voice thing. I'm sure you can work it out, but I'm not going to say it. But as always, can't leave things alone. Got to tweak it, got to try and improve it. Always do things better. And if I can hit a certain price point, it's going to be really competitive in the market. So really looking forward to it. I'll give you a quick look over of that. I'm not going to show you the insides. So I've actually ordered the head cabinet for it so I can stick face plates on it and then we can start to see what it might look like. It's going to be head only, no combo. But that's cool, quite happy with that. I've made big improvements to it the last couple of days, trying to get it to do what I want. It's got reverb, and the reverb circuit is very tricky to get sounding exceptional. You can get it sounding good, you can get it sounding great, you can get it sounding brilliant, but to get it that last couple of percent to exceptional, I've had to work really hard in tweaking it and getting it where I want. So very, very happy with that. And we'll see how we get on. Right, out the front here, you remember I showed you this tweed basement reissue came in a couple of weeks back. Customer's finally given me the go-ahead to go through it and give it a service. It's got a couple of crackles and things, so we've got to do that. The green and basket weave PR18 build is all done, just waiting on the face plates. Then we can assemble that, put that back together. That's our demo Ainsley Lister. Here's the two Ainsley Listers that we've been building lately. They're all done now. The green one is going today. That's Monday the 23rd, 24th. The green one, I've emailed the customer twice and he's not come back to me to say if he wants to come collect it or we need to ship it to him. So who knows? But that's two Ainsleys done. I'm still working on that Pro Reverb. It's pretty much done. Just a couple more play tests and tweaks, and then I think the customer can have that back. And the final thing is, I've just started the next Ainsley. I've actually got three in a row to do now. So I'm going to populate the board this afternoon. And then I've already mounted transformers and sockets to this chassis. It's all drilled, ready to go. Everything's Loctited or nigh locked down, or in some cases both, so nothing gets loose, nothing wobbles, nothing's going to cause any problems, and we always do that. Star ground on this one for the power section, and the preamp's going to ground over at the input jack. It's a good way of doing it. Yep, so that's the board. We're going to populate that this afternoon, and that's going to sit in like so. So this one's going to be a head, and then we've got two combos, all in black, I think, and they're all going off to America. Okay, so one more thing. We had a very, very early Rift Deluxe 22 come back in. Unfortunately, it had quite a bad parasitic oscillation. We opened it up and we saw that somebody had been inside and they completely messed with it, completely trashed it. I can't say for certain, but it does look like there had been some kind of liquid spill or something that had happened inside. And back, 10 years ago, when I was building using, the old style 4-1 board, they're really susceptible, so you don't want to liquid, so don't get liquid in the lamp anyway, but those boards can warp, and actually I think that board's gone conductive. So we agreed with the customer that we would strip the chassis down, give it a proper clean, and then rebuild it into our latest style. Put a couple of upgrades and tweaks in there, make it even better for him. He's really happy with that. The cabinet's in great condition. But it's an amp that, unfortunately, when people mess around with them and they don't get treated well, it's happened before this guy bought it, so it's not really his fault. But yeah, sometimes it's best just to strip it down and go back to the beginning. So I've done the IEC cutout because it was a captive cable back then. Give it a good clean with isopropyl alcohol. Drill all the holes and things that we need to update it to our latest design and layout, and get it up and running. So yeah, really looking forward to that. I've got some bits on order for it, so we can reuse some of the bits and pieces, and other bits we're just going to put new bits in. Like we still use, I prefer the ceramic sockets for the Novel valves, but we prefer the Beltons for the preamp, so it's going to get a set of Beltons in there. They're just better. Yeah, so that's a Deluxe 22 that we've got to do, so we'll get that back on the road and then he can take it out gigging again. Right, so there you go, guys. I've just finished the board on this Ainsley build. So next steps on this is we've got some underboard connections to do, and then our overboard twisties, add the flying leads, Then I can start on most of the chassis wiring, and as you know by now, we do as much in the chassis as we can, so we can just lower the board in, make all the connections and do the final bits and bobs. So although it looks like the start of the build, I'm actually not far off getting it to a point where, well, getting it finished. Most of the prep work has already been done, which is great. So that's it then, guys. Bit of a short one this week, but I wanted to get a video out to you so you could see that we're still here, still alive, still cracking on with things. I'm going to try and get another video out on Friday, so watch out for that. It might be Saturday. Depends when I get round to editing it and getting it uploaded. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and, if you can, subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I do upload a new video. I shall see you on the next one.